morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and today's shout-out goes to Percy Glynn. Percy was first to say first in one of my recent videos, and thus wins his shout-out, so congratulations. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here with a review of another neat new drone. This is the SMRC S30. Now, before we get started, my dog's sleeping beside me here, so if you hear some snoring, that's her. Okay. What is the SMRC S30? Looking at it, we can see that it's a mini Phantom style look drone. But what's special about it, folks? It's brushed motor drone, but what is special about it? It includes GPS system, okay? This is a GPS beginner's GPS drone. Includes GPS for automatic return to home, on command, on lots of signal, and on low battery. This will come back and land, so it lessens the chance of beginners losing the drone. Now, the drone is advertised with a 4K camera. What I see here, folks, is the video is recorded actually 1080p camera. It's a 1080p camera, but it will take stills from that 1080p, and using its app, it will interpolate that app or those stills into what they call 4K 3840 by 2160 pixel interpolated still photos with this camera. The camera is also advertised with some type of electronic image stabilization. I'm not sure what that is. I haven't seen it in just jiggling it here in my home. Maybe we'll see how well, if this does have some type of stabilization when we take it out in the field to fly it. We'll see how steady the video is from this drone. But I have not personally seen it. They also show some type of image showing that this might be a mechanical gimbal. It is not. You know, it's just a still camera. But notice the 5G on the side of it. Now, this video is not recorded to an SD card. There's no SD card slot on this drone. So this video is transmitted to your phone using 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. Now, not everybody has 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. Before purchasing this drone, strongly recommend that you verify that your phone has 802.11 AC Wi-Fi, or you will be disappointed when you will not be able to use the app, because you want to use the app for the advanced features of this drone, and I'm going to be talking about those in a little bit later. Okay. I mentioned the camera, 1080p images or 1080p videos transmitted to your camera or to your phone via Wi-Fi, along with the 4K images. It takes a long time to download those images too, since it's interpolating it to 4K. So keep that in mind. Don't just go snap, snap, snap. This won't do it, folks. You're going to have to wait about 10-15 seconds between photos to download these photos. Now, I mentioned the brushed motors, so these, eventually someday will fail. You will need to replace them. There's a lot of generics out there. I believe these are 8mm motors. I haven't opened this up to find out. But one thing I do notice is we have high-pitched propellers. Okay, high-pitched propellers are good for providing a lot of lift. However, from experience, I've noticed that these type of propellers usually create a lot of vibrations too. So hopefully that electronic image stabilization will come into play to reduce vibrations of this from this camera when this thing is in flight. Now, it is powered by this big 2S battery, 3.7 or 7.4 volt, 1300 milliampere hour battery. With this battery, notice it has a red JST connector, so you can use other 2S with red JST connectors in this. But it's a generic battery, so you should be able to find replacements for it. And it pops in the back end here. And this battery bay is pretty large to accommodate this big battery, so this will accommodate smaller batteries too, if you happen to have a bunch of generic batteries with you. To charge this 7.4 volt battery, you're provided with this wall charger plug, or this plug. You can plug it into your computer, which will take a long time to charge that big battery. I recommend using a phone wall charger to charge it in an expeditious manner. Okay, you get a full spare set of propellers, and you also get a set of prop guards. I got them on just for display purposes. When I take it out into the field to fly it, I'm going to remove these because these do great flight performance, especially if there's any wind. These act like sails in the wind and also act like Christmas tree ornament hooks. If you end up in a tree, your drone's up there permanently if you got these on there. So keep that in mind. Let's go over the controller and what it can do. Supposedly the FPV ranges of this is predicted out to 500 meters. I find that hard to believe, but we'll see when we go flying it tomorrow. And along with control range of out to 1,000 meters using the control alone. But let's go over the buttons of the controller. This lifts up to put your smartphone in. Notice there is no LCD screen with this, just illumination there to tell you that this thing is powered or not powered. And to turn it on, you do a quick press. To turn it off, you do a long press to turn it off. The buttons on this is your rates button for adjusting the speed of the drone. Then go faster. This button here on the upper right shoulder is your video button. Quick press to take a photo, and a long press to start the video. And always remember to stop that video before turning off the drone, or you will lose your video. Okay, it'll be corrupted. So you always want to remember to stop the video recording before turning off the drone. These buttons on the left are for calibration only. This is for gyro calibration of the gyros if you're going to be flying in optical flow mode, or altitude hold mode, I'm sorry. You can adjust adjust the gyros by putting the drone on a flat level surface and pressing this button down to hold it for a couple seconds to calibrate the gyros to help maintain steady level flight. This button here is for calibrating the compass. Since this is a GPS drone, all GPS drones require compass calibration. You press this button, then you do a few horizontal turns till the lights change color, and a few vertical turns with the nose pointed down till the lights change color. I will demonstrate that in the field exactly how to do that, so keep that. Don't worry, folks. I'll show you how to do it. Again, you got the on-off switch here. This button here is for altitude hold mode. If you want to turn the GPS off, you can. If you want to fly this as a sport drone, and fly it in altitude hold mode, you can turn off the GPS by pressing that button and fly in altitude hold. I'm not sure if you can turn it back on though once you go into altitude hold by pressing it again, but we'll find out tomorrow when we go flying. It does have automatic takeoff, automatic landing, which you activate by pressing this button here. You also start and stop the motors before that automatic takeoff and landing by down and out on both of these sticks, like so. That starts the motors, and it also stops the motors. So once you start the motors, then you press that automatic takeoff button, and then the drone will take off. It does have headless mode, which you activate by pressing this button here. And it also has automatic return to home by command by pressing this button here. Press that button, the drone will come back and land where it took off from. Now, I mentioned it uses the SMRC UAV app, available on Google Play and iTunes. Again, that app requires 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. But with that app, you get to use FPV. You can view FPV, also record your video onto your phone, along with providing advanced flight control modes of circle me, follow me, optical follow me also. You can do both GPS follow me and optical follow me, and finally waypoints. It also has gesture control, so you can do automatic photos and videos by doing this type of signal in front of the camera. It's supposed to take a photo, and if you go like this in front of the camera, showing the palms up, that will start the video, and also use it to stop the video if you want to do it just using gesture control. I don't recommend doing it. I recommend using your photo button. It's more reliable. Okay, so that is this SMRC S30 drone, GPS drone for beginners. Let's take it out in the field and see how it flies. So hope you enjoy this flight. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here with the SMRC S30 out in one of my favorite flying fields for this today. Hope everyone's still practicing good social distancing. Okay, to get this into the air, we got to turn it on. And there is an on-off switch by the cord that goes to the camera. So you just press this on-off switch to on, and we have solid blue lights all around. Putting it on the ground, and then turning on the transmitter. And then doing it up, down on the transmitter, and we should be bound. Okay, now first thing we want to do is compass calibration. And before that, let's take a look at those lights. The lights are rapidly blinking right now. All of them rapidly blinking, but we're going to press this compass calibration button here. And now only the blue lights are blinking rapidly in the front. So that means we got to do several turns clockwise until the red lights come on. Red lights are on, okay, and the blue lights are solid. It's because I did this compass calibration at home already, so it's doing it quickly. So now we put the nose down like so and turn it until those lights change to solid. So compass calibration is completed. We are actually just about ready to fly. So the next thing I need to do is connect my phone's Wi-Fi to the drone's Wi-Fi and then open the app. So hold on, folks, while I do that. Okay, this is the SMRC UAV app available on Google Play and iTunes. So the next thing we got to do is hit begin. And we'll see if the FPV video shows up. And it does. Now, before we take off, I want to show you one other thing. This camera, you can adjust the parameters of the camera. See in the middle of the screen up the top, it looks like the sun. Let's adjust that. And we are outside. Let's give it more contrast. Not too much, but right about there. Let's adjust the saturation. I'm lowering the saturation just a bit. And maybe raise up the brightness a bit. And hopefully that'll look good. And if it doesn't, I can adjust it once we're in the air. I'm going to hit save. That's the new settings. The reason I'm doing this, yesterday I did it, it was too dark for my preference. But we should be good to go here. Let me move here. I don't like that. That orange doesn't look right. Actually, let me lift the drone up and take a look. See what we got here around the area. Maybe that's a little too bright. Let me lower that brightness down a bit. So I'm going back into this and lowering the brightness down. And down to 55, let's say that. And hit save. Let's try it again. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, so let's put that back on the ground. So we should be good to go. Now, one thing before I take off, notice that I labeled the return to home button. And the reason I did this is yesterday I was flying this for review and I actually hit the altitude hold button. They're confusing. So, and this drone almost flew away at me because it was drifting, because I didn't know it was an altitude hold. So I recommend labeling that return to home button until you feel comfortable also, because you might make the same mistake I did yesterday. So we are ready to go. First thing I'm going to do is start the video camera by pressing and holding the video camera button. And we should be recording to my phone in video. And starting the motors, I think I had to do, actually I think all I had to do was hit the automatic takeoff button. Let's see if that's true. Yeah. Automatic takeoff button is all I needed to do. Okay, let's turn it toward me. Now I got a slight breeze here today, but what I want to do is get the sun behind me and say, how do you like my shirt today, folks? Okay. Okay, we should be good to go. One other thing I want to show you before we take off, well, I'll talk about it as we're flying out, is the geofence is automatically set to on. And I'll show you how to turn that off when I get back, but let's go out and test the range of this thing first. Okay, going up higher, and we are 40 meters out, and I'm going to try to make it over to the skate park, which is about 300 meters away. I did it yesterday. Let's see if I can do it again. Going up a bit higher, keeping the back of my phone pointed toward the drone, going up a bit higher, 100 meters away. Now they got two distances here, SL and D. SL is linear distance straight to the drone, like it's right in 20 degrees in the air right now, and D is horizontal distance to the drone. So they should be close to the same, and they are right now. As the farther you get away, they become closer to being the same. Okay, the skate park. Okay, I made it to 220 meters. Plopping it there for a second, turn it to the left just a little bit, because I want to go toward the skate park. Yeah, that's good enough right there. Pushing forward again one more time. And it's breaking up. So that's about our max range here, about 225 meters. Okay, now this time I'm hitting the correct return to home button. And let's see if it actually comes back. If that, same to it. Well, it's not. I don't see the numbers decrease. Oh, here we go. The numbers are decreasing now. And it is coming back. I see it coming back. Let's see how accurate that return to home and landing is. And it's going to come straight back. And I'm moving away from the pad. Maybe my camera up so you can see it. And we'll see how close it is to the landing pad on its descent. It rotates. And now it's descending. And almost there. It looks like it's going to be pretty good, actually. Touch the pad. So that's darn good. Touch the pad. So let me turn that return to home off. So the next thing we want to try is the advanced features. Let's put it back on the pad. And let me stop that video so I make sure I got that video recording. I took a photo, actually, holding it down. Okay, success and saved. So that's the next thing we want to do is go back into the air again. But before that, let me start the video camera again. And then hitting the automatic takeoff button. And everybody wants to see follow me. So let's try follow me first. Let's go out about 30 meters, 20 meters or so. Plop it there. And hitting follow me on my controller. It should be activated. Let's see if it does follow. Does it? Yes, it does. There we go. It's moving. Actually doing a good job. Seems to be doing a good job. Follow me. Let's go a little bit faster. Let's go the other way. Showing the follow me. Now I got to be careful here. They seeded this ground, so I don't want to step in the bare spots. But I want to go over here now. Okay, so follow me is working. We're plopping it there, and it seems to be a DJI style follow me where it maintains a position from where you are. But let's stop the follow me there. The next thing I want to do is circle position. So I'm going to bring it over toward me. And then hit circle. And we're going to make the radius 10 meters. And then hit done. And then confirm. So it's going to go there. And turn around. And start its 10-meter circle. So circle position is working well. And I want to stay over here off the bare spots. So that's its circle position, doing a good job. There's my battery. Where is my, oh, it's about 2/3 of the way done. So let's stop circle position there. The next thing, of course, is waypoints. Hitting waypoints. And find our position in the world by hitting the center position, and that doesn't seem to be working. So let's see if I can zoom in manually. I'm in the US, not Russia. There I am. So let's zoom in this way, and let's also zoom into satellite view. Satellite view, coming in, zooming in, zooming in, zooming in. Zooming, zooming. I hit that center position button, you know, where location button, but it didn't want to do it. So we're going to do it manually like this. Okay, let's hit a point. Let's go fly over here, then fly over here, then fly over here, and then back to me, or right over here. And then hit send. Send. There it goes on its waypoint mission. Point number 1. Going to point number 2. So far everything seems to be working on this. That's good. And waypoints. Cool. Okay, so waypoints works. So we're going to stop that and then bring the drone back. And close. Lowering it. Bringing it closer to sync up the camera. Okay, I'm seeing lag, of course, because this is Wi-Fi. But let's stop that video recording. And let's take a photo. Let's try another photo. I hope these are saving. Oh yeah, there we go. One more. And that's the photos it could take. Okay, finally, optical follow me. We haven't tried that yet. There's the last photo. Optical follow me. Let's press that button and slide the track and see if that actually works. Lost, please reselect the target. It's not seeing me. So the optical follow me, I don't know about that one. that one does not seem to work. So, okay, with the remaining power in this, let's start the video camera one more time. Oh, let's see if we can get it to do a recognize hand signals to start video. Start video. No. How about taking a photo? No, that's not working either. So we'll stop that. Now the next thing we're going to do is turn the camera back on. And actually I'm just going to go higher. And we're going to fly around. We're going to stay within 30 meters. Because the reason being, I want this video to smooth out a bit. Okay. You know, being a Wi-Fi flyer, it's not saving to FPV. Or it's not saving to an SD card. And with that in mind, the video is going to be somewhat choppy and laggy. And to improve that, all you got to do really is try to stay close. Okay, you go distant with the drone and it will become, you'll see frame dropping of the Wi-Fi video. So that's the big disadvantage of using, of not having SD card recording. But this one seems to have it. And it's working well there. Let's come down lower now. Turn it around. Because the next thing I want to try is, how good is this in maneuverability here? Okay, bringing it back toward me. Let's increase the rate. So I'm pressing the rate button on the left here. Is there a third button? No. 1 and 2. High rate and low rate. So we're in high rate now. If you got a little bit of wind, you can fight that wind with a high rate, but this is its max speed though, folks, so keep that in mind too. Going downwind, max speeds, it looks like about 10-15 miles per hour. So if you get wind up about 10 miles per hour, you're going to have problems. Coming down lower. So neat little GPS drone. Let's go out again one more time. Going up higher in future. How long is this battery? I'm surprised it's lasted this long. Coming back. Okay, some frame dropping there again. Let's try that. We'll go out a bit again and then try the return to home again. So we'll go over here. Plop it there. Let's see, it's return to home and landing. Okay, activating return to home. Watching it, and goes up a bit and flies back to its position. Returning to home and landing all by itself, which it can do. Coming down. We'll touch the pad again. Oh my gosh. Well, look at that. The GPS on this thing is pretty darn accurate, I gotta say, folks. It really is. Yesterday, when I flew out of range and with that altitude hold on, it actually when its battery got low, it flew back and landed here. That was the only way I got it back. But again, altitude hold on this is something you got to be careful of. Again, this is altitude hold. This is return to home. Do not press this button, folks, or that one. That's not return to home either. That's takeoff and landing. So, yeah, I had problems with that yesterday. Now, the other thing, this does have also geofencing, and I wanted to show you that too. You hit in the upper right corner, you see that green 3 lines. Click on that. Turn off novice mode. Slide all the buttons, flight height, flight distance, all the way to the right. Return altitude, I like to keep it at about 16 meters up. That's good. And then hit save. Don't forget to hit save. Okay? Otherwise, it won't take. And that, I had a problem with that yesterday too. Okay, we're almost out of battery power, so let's finish this up. One more flight. Turning on the video camera. Hitting the automatic takeoff button, and we are just going to do low levels around the park. See, they just seeded this field here, and I think they're mad at me for being out here. I seen one of the maintenance men scowling over there, so I got to get out of here soon. But we're just going to fly around here until the battery dies with this GPS. So it does seem to be able to go close to 300 meters. I think it was 230 or something like that is the max distance I got, which is reasonable for this. This is a beginner's GPS drone. The auto stabilization, I don't know if it's really working or not. Oh, I think we're hitting return to home here. No, I guess I just turned it too hard. Actually, it's got a geofence right now, so on low battery, how much is that geofence? 30 meters, about 30 meters, 35 meters. On low battery, it doesn't let you go any farther, so it's got a low battery geofence. I guess that means if we were flying further than 30 meters, this drone would have returned itself to its position. There it goes, hitting the geofence wall. So we're going to fly around within this 30-meter circle. Keeps bumping into that wall in the sky until the battery's dead. We're just going to stay within this 30-meter circle. Let's go up a bit higher, though. And we'll plop it there. And just do a slow rotate. And go up a bit higher. And rotate. To show the area. Okay, it's doing return to home, low battery. And in low battery return to home, its lights are blinking. Notice all red and blue, blink, blink. Coming down. And let's see how accurate it is this time. Is it going to touch the... Oh man, that's a good GPS on this thing. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so this is the SMRC S30. It's a... turn that off. This SMRC S30 GPS drone that actually kind of works. You know, it's a beginner's brushed motor GPS drone, and things seem to work on it. So, hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out. Hi, Quadcopter 101 here again. Hey, if you want to get your own shout out in one of my future videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's real simple. Just go to my channel page and click on that subscribe. And also make sure to click that bell button right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified when I release a brand new video immediately and give you a chance to get that first shout out. So give it a try, folks.